Kansas City goes to Mexico City and welcomes in the Los Angeles Chargers of Carson. Potentially
all
London.
the people going from Missouri to Mexico.
The Guadalajara Chargers. And the Kansas City Chiefs are clearly the favorite here. We talked about this on Monday. We liked, the opening line. We liked the Chiefs covering that 4.5, I think it was. And now it's at 4.
And actually in some spots, 3.5 minus 110. So you can even get better number here.
So I have two options for you. I have Chiefs covering 4, and I have Chiefs Chargers total going over 52.
I have much more faith in the total going over because there's so much more knowns here. I know Patrick Mahomes is great, right? I also know that if Patrick Mahomes were to get injured, that Matt Moore can do some things here. We already know that. I also know that the Chiefs defense is terrible. I was on the ride in with Neil this morning talking about the Chiefs linebackers and how they're not good at anything. Like, they can't stop the run, they can't defend the pass. So what we wrote this up on the website. When you think about, okay, what are the ways that this game could go wrong? It takes me back to the Chargers versus the Green Bay Packers 2 weeks ago, where the Chargers are efficient offensively but slow, and they take the ball and march all the way down the field for 9 minutes and kick a field goal to start the game, and you're completely behind the 8 ball. And that worries me, and it really does worry me because that's kind of how they like to play. However, when I go back and look at how the Chiefs play a game, the game against Tennessee was an under game for the majority of the time. And it ended up being close, right? It went back and forth between being a 1-score game and a 2-score game. And when push came to shove, a quarterback like Ryan Tannehill was able to get points on the Chiefs defense. And as much as Rivers has his faults, especially late in his career, I think that's what happens.
So here's the narrative that I really like about this game. The Chiefs are the best, the Ravens are the best this season, but over the past 2 years, the best team to start games has been the Kansas City Chiefs. They throw the ball at the highest rate, highest yards per play, most touchdowns scored. They are awesome to start the game. And while the Los Angeles Chargers would love nothing more than to spend 10 minutes running the ball down the field and kicking a field goal to start the game, the Chiefs defense is also going to make it much easier for them to take less than 9 minutes should they get the ball to start the game. So I think even no matter kind of how it permutes out to start the game, the Chiefs get out to a lead. And you know what I love about that? Phil Rivers. He's just throwing the ball up and praying. And that means they're going to score some touchdowns. That means the Chiefs are going to get some turnovers. They're going to have some quick strikes. And the Chiefs are going to, because of what happened last week, they are going to want to come out and put 50 on the board.
I agree.
They want to leave no doubt. Because if they lose another game, 35-33, that is a horrible look. And people are going to start questioning whether that franchise is a legit contender.
Well, and Andy Reid is nothing if not a person that adapts a little bit, right? The last time the Chiefs played the Chargers on Thursday Night Football in week, I believe it was 15 last year, they had a 28-14 lead in the fourth quarter. And Chargers scored. Chiefs were conservative. Chargers scored again. Took the 2-point conversion, got the win. You got to think that's going to be on his mind. The way to beat teams like the Chargers, who are playoff team, I would still consider them a playoff team, even though they're not going to make it this year. The way to beat teams like the Chargers is to just keep the pedal on the metal. And
it's a way to beat most teams.
Right, exactly. But I like that. I also, if you're somebody who 52 seems like a huge number to you, for the very same reason you talk about Chiefs early game, 24.5 first half is available to you. Chiefs over 13.5 minus 130 is available to you. To me, those are great bets, right? I mean, if you 52 divided by 2 is far more than 24.5, right? So if you want to go on the scripted play scheme, that's a really good one as well.
Thanks for watching the PFF YouTube channel, and if you want to subscribe, all you have to do is push the button. Don't forget everything you get. A little fantasy, push the button. A little green line for the gambling aspects of the game, push the button. College football, push the button. The YouTube channel from PFF.